LP is strong. You already know. Konnichiwa. Watashi no namae Rabato desu. What up, squad? So, it is October 30th, the day before Halloween, and it's costume time. So, something I learned how to do a while back. It was actually in 2012 when I was at Wellspring. But I learned how to do like gashes and stuff like that for like zombie stuff. And let's pause for a second and I'll show you a photo. Bam. There's one of the stuff I did in 2012. So it's time to dust off some of this stuff that I learned how to do a while back. So I have liquid latex. I got this at Walmart for $10. It's a 16-ounce bottle. They have other stuff online that you can get, but it's really close to Halloween. But this is a really good price, $10 for 16 ounces. The other ones I was seeing were like 3 ounces for like $8. So this is the one I went with, $10 for this liquid latex. I also got vampire blood, which is fake blood. You're going to need that to make sure that it looks like it's bloody and all awesome and stuff. And then I have 3 different colored makeups. These were each $1 each. So that's about $18 for this whole setup. And you'll be able to do multiple different things with this. You'll be able to do different gashes. One year I did do a prosthetic eyeball type thing that was hanging out of my eye, and that's in the photo you guys just seen. I did all that from scratch. So I'm going to teach you guys how to do some of this stuff. It's really simple. The only thing that I did not show that you're going to need in this is toilet paper. And yeah, that's it. And if you want to use a makeup sponge, you can, but I just use my hands and stuff with this. I got red, I got black, and I got white. So those are the 3 that I'm going to use along with the fake blood and the liquid latex. But I hope you guys enjoy this, and you guys will be able to do some of this stuff. So again, alright squad, I'm going to do the rest of this video wearing these sunglasses because my shine is too bright. Ooh! I am not wearing a shirt, obviously, because this stuff can be very messy. And last time I did this stuff with a shirt on, got all over my shirt and ruined it. Also, I don't really care about being on video without a shirt on. But, yeah. So, before you guys open this thing, it smells. It smells bad. The most I could probably say it's close to is urine. Just for your guys' information. So I wouldn't be smelling it if I was you guys. You guys should probably be asking permission if you guys are too young to be doing this. Also, if you're allergic to latex, please don't do this. It's liquid latex. Okay, guys. So I'm going to be starting off making the eyeball first. I've used saran wrap to do this before. Today I'm using a piece of toilet paper. And that's basically what you're going to be using for a lot of these gashes and different things. But yeah, just regular toilet paper. So I'm going to start by taking some of this liquid latex. I'm going to pour it into the cap. Then I'm going to dunk the ball into that. And once it is wet, then I'll let it sit and harden a little bit. And then I will repeat the process, putting more liquid latex, another piece of toilet paper on it. I'll get a few layers of that, and then once it looks like an eyeball, or looks more like a ball, then you're done. And then you can make the thing that attaches it and everything. So I'll show you guys how to do all that. So here's me putting some of this liquid latex in the cap. I just almost spilled that. Okay. So, again, this stuff does not smell good. So I'm just going to and I have a plastic bag to set all this on as well, because it is sticky and it will dry to things, and yeah, it's messy. So don't be wearing your guys' expensive stuff to do this. Okay, you can also use cotton swabs and everything else. I'm just dunking this for the first layer. So this is what it looks like now. It is wet. It's got the liquid latex over it. I'm going to let that sit there and harden up real quick, and I'll see you guys in a second when it's ready for the second coat. Alright, squad, so I have another piece of paper here. This is almost dry. It's getting very tacky now, and I'm just going to take this and I'm going to stick it inside of this. Okay, and I'm just going to put this roll it into a ball, especially now that it's a little bit wet. But yeah, you can tell this stuff dries pretty quick. But you guys can see, I mean, it doesn't really look that great right now, but after I add a couple more layers of this stuff, it'll look awesome. You guys will see. Yeah, so let's dunk this again and let it dry some more. La 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 la. Again, this is messy, so if you don't like getting messy, this isn't going to be something you'd like doing. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Round 2 of drying. It's on my fingers now, but very shortly these will be very easily able to be removed when it dries. So early, plus if I get it done early enough, I can scare Nicholas and everybody else that walks in the door today. This is what I did last time too. I made it a day in advance because we had a Halloween party at Wellspring, and essentially for 2 days I had an eyeball coming out of my head. So yeah, this thing is looking prime now. Okay, it's not as big as I would want it for an eyeball, but it's close enough. I think I'm gonna do one more layer. How my hands look after rolling it into a ball. Now I just have to wait for these to dry. Everything must dry. Eyeball's done though. I just need to make a little attachment for it, and this is what it looks like now, guys. You guys will see how it looks in a second, though. Really don't want to be touching this thing until it dries, though, because I'll rip it apart. Because there's liquid latex and sticky stuff all over my fingers. And that was a pain to do. The first time I did this at Wellspring, I had to keep attaching stuff because I was not waiting for it long enough to dry before I was messing with stuff, and I'm trying not to repeat that mistake. This was really actually pretty fun when you're pulling it off because it's like, but yeah, it's all over my hands. But eyeball's almost complete, so phase 1 done. Alright, squad, so this is the finished eyeball. It's not perfect, but it doesn't really matter because it's just gonna be dangling off your face anyways. So now I'm gonna show you guys how I made the connective tissue for it last time. So I just took a piece. Oh, of course that happens. Just kidding. Took a piece of toilet paper just like this. I ended up taking it like this. I ended up twisting it and dunking it into the liquid latex so that it all got saturated, which is the same thing I just did, but I also want to take off any excess that I'm not gonna need. Also, I might have done this a little bit too thick because I don't think I used an entire piece last time, but basically when it's like this, I think I'm only gonna need about half this anyways. But I took it, again, messy. So I took it like this, kind of twisted it a little bit. Of course, the end that I'm touching has no liquid latex on it, so it wants to stick to my fingers, which have drying liquid latex on them. Essentially, I did this, but more rolled up, and hopefully the second layer won't be as difficult. Alright, squad, so this is what it looks like after. Once it started getting a little bit drier, I ended up taking it and just going like this in my hands, and because it was still a tiny bit wet, it compressed all of the toilet paper in there. So basically, you want to kind of Remember this, you want to see how long you want it to be. That's a little long, okay? I would say have it to about right here, so you have enough drip, so you have enough of it drooping where it looks like it's been cut off, but not towards down here literally hanging. I mean, you can, just depends on how much length you want. I would not like this much length, so I'm going to, of course, okay. So that's about what I want. I want it to be hanging to right there, and even that's a little bit much. This one might be a little bit better. It'll be hanging to about right here. So, and to attach these things, I'm going to attach it with the longer one, just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But basically, okay, so there's something in there. Okay, so I'm going to flatten, I'm going to push down on one end just a little bit. And then I'm going to just dip the end of this into the liquid latex. Okay, there's the liquid latex, little cap, so I'm getting some fresh liquid latex onto the end of this. See how the other stuff's a little bit yellow and this stuff's white, so it is fresh right now. I'm just going to stick it onto the eye, and I'm gonna hold it there until it is dried on. And you really don't have to wait all that long, it's already hanging. I would say, rather than using a whole piece of toilet paper like I used widthways when I rolled it, I would say you really only need about a quarter of it. So basically you just want this thing to get a bunch of liquid latex all over this thing so that it holds and you can maneuver and do whatever you need to do. Remember, if it falls off, it is such an easy fix. This stuff doesn't take long at all to dry, and I'm telling you, once you are done with this thing, and this thing is more, just a little bit more attached, where you can just do a little bit, you can maneuver it more once it's a little bit drier. And I'm just kind of touching the liquid latex with my finger and dabbing it on underneath, so there's a nice coating on this eye part where it's attaching, because you really don't want to lose a part of your costume. That's just my opinion. Better safe than sorry. And you don't have to be touching the stuff with your fingers if you don't want to. You can always use a paper, or not a paper clip, a Q-tip, which I've done in the past. And I've also used makeup sponges. Mind you, the makeup sponges will get caked with the liquid latex, and then you'll have to dispose of them. You won't be able to wash them or reuse them or anything like that. So don't use any expensive makeup sponges when doing this. Again, this is messy. It's not something that you're going to be able to let your 3-year-old do. You're going to have to sit there and watch them. These videos are starting to get really long. But essentially the eyeball is done. So that's what the eyeball will look like. And eventually we'll be able to hang it. I'm not going to put this on right now. I will be putting it on, and you guys will see it later. Now it's time to move on to the gashes. I did shave so that I didn't have any facial hair sticking to the liquid latex, because that sucked when I did it before a lot. So I'm just going to do something very basic for the gashes. And again, you're going to need toilet paper. For this one, you're going to want to rip up the toilet paper though. So you have a bunch of little mini pieces. It's not going to be like one piece. No. You're going to be ripping this thing into confetti. That's what you're going to use to make the base for your scars and your gashes that you're going to be doing. I've done this before. Alright, squad, so the gash I'm going to do, I'm just going to do it right here on my cheek. The one I did in the photo, I did right here on my forehead. It's just too close to all my hair, and everything. And if it was Halloween, I'd totally be doing that because I would be going all out for Halloween, which I'll do tomorrow. I will do the head gash up here, but since this is just tutorial and I'm going to be taking it off pretty soon after I do it, I'm just going to do it right here on my cheek, just so you guys can get an understanding of what you do. So, you're going to want to take some of the liquid latex and you're going to want to put it on your cheek. Once you have a little bit on there, you're going to take the toilet paper that you ripped and you're going to stick it onto the places where you're going to be putting the gash. This is going to go right here on my cheek, so,
bear with me because I have to get a little bit of a layer of toilet paper down so that I can make the gash in the first place. Because I know it doesn't look that great right now, but trust me, once it's done and there's a layer of toilet paper and everything and liquid latex, I do have to go over the part that I'm going to be using, so this part right here, I'm going to have to go over it with liquid latex again so that it gets a layer over it so it actually looks like what it's supposed to look like. You want a nice big piece, depending on the size of the wound you want to do.
Alright, squad. So as you can see, it's starting to turn a little bit yellow, which is that's what you want. You want it to start doing that. That means it's dry. I can touch it. Nothing's going to happen now. So now I need to make a cut right here. Usually you would do that. I'm going to have to put you back down to do this. But basically, where you want your rip to be, you start your rip. Start at the bottom where there's less. So right here. It's like the tear. And you basically just tear. This so it kind of comes. So now you've got this thing on your face. It's all tore up, and that's how it should look. And then you're going to be adding in your makeup, which I will do specifically for this video, and then I will take it right. So the colors I'm going to be using for right here are red and black. You wouldn't think you would need black, but basically the black you stick on the outside part right here and a little bit on the inside just to give it some contrast, because blood when it dries does have like that brown looking color. So rather than use brown, I just use black, just very light amounts of it. The red is what I'm going to be using mostly here. And then I have the vampire blood, which I will put directly into this, and then it'll have it ooze out. So you could put concealer on that and get it to cover it more. I'm just going to add red to make it look like it's bleeding and everything else like that. That's what I did before. That's what I'm going to do again. Oh. And I'm probably going to have to get more red. It's definitely looking more zombie-ish looking. Obviously right now it's just the red. But once I add in the black and the blood, you guys will understand where I'm coming from. And I hope you guys use some of this knowledge that I'm teaching you guys to have an epic Halloween costume. Again, this stuff was $1, so I'm being pretty liberal with it. I've done it, last time I did it was 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, for my little brother. But now I'm basically going to take just tiny bits and I'm going to add it into the inner surrounding parts to give it more of that colors you're going to be wanting. Really don't need much more than that, just because it's literally for the outline and for the inner parts. Let's get a closer look up at this, though. Yeah, that is basically how you kind of want it to look. You can look, the black and the red mixing together is making that brownish looking stuff. I don't know about you, but it's definitely looking like there's a gaping wound in my face. Yes, this red is a little bit bright for it to be that. I just wasn't sure how the blood would come across on the toilet paper, so I wanted more red in there just to mask, because obviously it's supposed to be a wound, so it's supposed to be red and there should be blood and everything else like that. So basically I've come to the last part now, which is adding the blood. The blood is literally one of the messiest parts, so I'm going to use this very, very sparingly, because I shouldn't need all that much. Yep, there it is. And it's on me. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some of this blood into this cap. And once it's in the cap, I'm going to pour it into my face. And it's going to be able to roll down my face. Nicole, can you hand me a paper towels? Right there. Because as soon as I turn my face this way, it's going to drip out and it's going to get everywhere, so.
Do you want me to grab you a freaking syringe thingy?
For what?
For blood.
No, it's in the cap.
Well, I'm just saying, you put it in the syringe, all you have to do is do a couple, and it's not going to freaking drip everywhere.
No, I just need... I want it to... Okay, so I got the paper towels because I'm going to be catching this blood. Again, this is just to show you guys I'm going to be taking this off almost immediately after I'm done. So, yeah. Can you come pour a couple of these, pour a couple drops into the wound?
Your face isn't really...
That's fine.
It's starting to drip. You want me to do more?
Yeah, do some from up here too.
That one, like...
No, do it from the top, like above the wound.
That's what I was trying to do.
There we go. You want it to look extra bloody. But as you guys can see, it is looking a whole lot better once the blood got added in. And again, I don't want to get this everywhere because it is not Halloween. But that is the finished product. That's basically how it's going to look. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you guys are going to be able to use some of it for whatever you guys want to use it for. But essentially, that's it. Alright, squad. The only thing I did not add on is the eyeball. And basically with the eyeball, you're basically going to do the same thing. What I did when I did it is I took a piece of cardboard and I measured the size of my eye. And then I took the liquid latex and I put some on right there and stuck the piece of cardboard to it. And then I stuck the eyeball to that. I guess I can do that. Alright, so I'm just using this piece of cardboard. Basically, you're going to stick this right here, like this, with the liquid latex. And basically what I did last time is on top of this, I added more liquid latex. And the same process I did with the cheek and everything. And it made it look like it was all puffy and everything else like that. But that's basically what you're gonna do with the eye thing. Same process you did on this. You put a layer, you put the toilet paper, you put a layer, you put the toilet paper, and then at the very end, after you've added all that stuff in, it's just a time-taking thing. It'll probably take about 45 minutes to do all together. I just don't want to do it right this second. But yeah, so that's basically what you're gonna be doing. And then you're going to take some of the liquid latex and you're going to stick this to it. I hope this has been a very informative video and you guys have enjoyed it. I really did enjoy making this for you guys. I think it's pretty creative, and I hope you guys like it. That's all I can really say. These prosthetics, like this eye will really wiggle and everything when you move your eye, and I mean, I can just attach it right here. Alright, squad. So, I finished making a little eye patch thing. I'm not going to paint this up and everything because I'm not going to leave it on. It's literally will just get painted on and it'll get red everywhere. So, basically, the next part I need to do is get some of this liquid latex, stick it on the back of this thing, stick it where I want it to go. I'll stick it right here, even though it's literally right in my eyebrow. I'm not gonna let it dry, but that's essentially what it's gonna do. Once you attach it all down, then you would yeah. No, there's liquid latex in my eyebrow, and that's not gonna feel good. It's really not. And I thought I was doing the smart thing and doing this without a shirt on. I was not. I was very mistaken. Because now it's like I'm waxing my chest and my stomach. Essentially, the places where there was liquid latex, now I'm having to yank hair out. But yeah, and you could obviously tell it's in my eyebrow now. So let's get this out of my eyebrow. But I hope you guys got the gist of it. That's the way it looks now, and there's fake blood and everything. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, I'd greatly appreciate a like. If you haven't joined the Rob Squad, hit that subscribe button, turn on the post notification bell to get all my videos as I upload them. Add me on Snapchat, Raging Robert. Add me on Instagram, RobSquad3800, and add me on my TikTok, Raging Robert 3800. I hope you guys are having a blessed day. Mite kurete, arigato. Thank you for watching, squad. And until next time, guys, happy Halloween and peace.